The 1.1 event, the Theft of the Rimet Cup, is already out for a few days, and even before that, many creators were talking about which and how many rewards it provides. Websites like Prydwen have created full rundowns on which items to prioritize, and even how much activity you need to spend to claim all rewards. And these numbers seem high. Very high at that. So let's find out. How efficient is the event actually? Before we go into numbers, let's talk about exact and realistic values. Looking at Prydwen, the drop rate of Milk Magnesia is about 71.5% when farming in 4-5 hard mode. With an activity cost of 18, that means on average 1 Milk Magnesia would cost you 25.3 activity. However, this is the exact value. The realistic value is more likely 18 or 36 activity, since you cannot spend exactly 25.3 activity and just get one. You would need to do 1 run and have a chance of getting one, or do 2 runs and again have a chance of getting one. So yeah, these would be the realistic values. For most people, going in twice will likely result in you getting 1 drop, and that will be the realistic value I refer to in my sheet. If you do 100 runs, then on average you will be more close to the exact value than the realistic one. This concept is important to understand for later, however, we will focus mostly on the exact values. So, looking at Prydwen's event overview, and we will ignore the cosmetic wilderness pieces for this video, you would need 3392 activity to be able to claim all the shop's rewards. To clear the story the first time on all difficulties, excluding any combat related Sketches newspapers, you would need 272 activity, which will reward you with 5110 coins. The stamp exchange will provide you with 12 times 1200, so 14,400 coins as well, and both combined will grant you 19,510 coins. As the shop requires 67,635 coins to fully purchase all items, again excluding wilderness set pieces, let's subtract the 19,510 coins gained, leaving you at 48,125 left to farm. With 15 coins gained per activity spent, you will need to spend around 3,208 activity, and adding the 272 activity spent for story stages, we end up at 3,480 activity required to fully empty the shop. And before anybody asks, yes, I know Prydwen has different numbers on their site, but honestly, I couldn't figure out how they came to their numbers. However, the numbers are close enough for it to not be too big of a difference. Moving onwards, I calculated the savings if you buy the item in the shop instead of spending the activity to farm. This is where we get back to the exact values versus realistic ones. As most people will farm hundreds of the same item over the course of the game anyway, looking at the exact values will be more accurate. However, I also wanted to include the realistic ones as well. All values were calculated with weekly values, so 15 coins per activity spent, as you gaining coins from just normally playing the game is basically free anyway. Looking at the numbers, I honestly only want to point out that you should probably not spend any coins on the Infinite Charpodonty dust offer. However, for all other materials, and I'm only including the farmable ones here, you will spend 78% less stamina for the same amount of resources than if you would have farmed all of those without the event. So, is the event worth it? I mean, yes, and that shouldn't really be a surprise to anyone. After all, it would not be an event if you would not actually gain anything. But hey, at least now we know, just looking at the materials, the event will be 78% more efficient than spending the stamina on various hard mode story stages. Peace.